my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
They're here.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's showtime.
Hi, welcome everybody to another episode of the VHS Strikes Back. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to the VHS Strikes Back, the show where we dust off the old video player and go on a nostalgic journey to look at the good and the bad movies of yesteryear. Now, Chris, what are we going to review this week?
Well, Dave, it is our great friend, and I'm not saying what I always say, because in the promo last week, I do comment on Blake's hair, but the man has flowing locks. Yeah, a lot. So I'm quite obsessed by that. Don't worry, Blake, I've not touched myself when I thought your hair, but there you go. But he is a great friend and supporter of the podcast Patreon, so it's his pick this week, Dave. Now, we're going back to a New Zealand film from 1989. And it's the second Peter Jackson movie we've done, I believe. And this one is a puppet, muppet, Fraggle Rock rip-off called Meet the Feebles, Dave. So I know you talked about it a little bit last week, Dave, but do you remember initially coming across this and thinking, where the fuck's Kermit the Frog and why is somebody fucking a chicken or whatever they're doing in this movie? But anyway, Dave, tell us more.
So yeah, it must have been the early 90s. So commercially, this was a disaster, wasn't it? It cost, and we're talking New Zealand dollars, it cost 750 grand, made 80 grand at the box office. There was no chance of a sequel, Chris, but obviously all the investors wouldn't have been too happy about that. Honestly, even more so than when we watched Bad Taste, so that was the other Peter Jackson one we did for Blake. I'm watching this, scratching my head, thinking, how did this guy get the Lord of the Rings job? Because I don't get it. I should look into it at some point. But yeah, initially, it must have been 91, 92 or something like that. Flicking through the channels, seeing what's on. And honestly, the bit that I kind of vividly remember is the Heidi bit where she's trying to seduce Bletch. And I just remember thinking, this isn't the fucking Muppets. What is this? I was just confused. There was no, the internet was around then. Not in fucking St. Helens it wasn't, though. So, there was no way I could just hop on and see, what the fuck's this Meet the Feebles? Oh, I didn't even know. Remember the days, Chris, before digital TV, and you had the thing, the show that you were watching, and then that was it. You're like, oh, I wonder what the fuck that is. So I'd kind of filed it off in was that just a fever dream part of my brain, and just forgot about it for years. And then obviously as the internet has expanded and you have all these different conversations about terrible movies and stuff, I got to know that this thing was called Meet the Feebles, and it didn't do very well. But yeah, just that very first time, it was like, what the fuck is this? So I didn't see the whole movie, just it was on as I was flicking through, and I was just, catching Heidi in her suzzies. What the fuck is this? So that was it, just a fleeting exposure to it. But as I said, Chris, I remember, as a kid, I fucking absolutely loved the Muppets. Even now, there's just a warmness that I feel to that any of their movies or watching the old footage or what have you. I had a Muppets album, I seem to remember, proper vinyl job. So yeah, love the Muppets, love that whole style, the aesthetic of it as well. And so I think Blake knew that when he inflicted this one upon us. But how about yourself, Chris?
Inflicted. I love it. Well, it is the year of the stitch-up, Dave. So this is Blake's first offering. So he's thrown it in there. No, I'd never heard of this. Last week, I just sat here with my jaw on the floor going, I've given two movies 2 weeks running the worst movies I've ever seen. So I didn't know what to expect. And straight away, I was on the back foot. And all week, I have been dreading. And you did the usual. You are not silly. You do it all properly. You watch it in advance. And then politely just send me messages, and I'm going, I've got to watch that fucking movie. And I'm literally lastminute.com because I put it off all week watching this movie until I really had to. That's also down to the ADHD day, but it's also because I was like, Blake, thanks very much, my friend. So, like you, I did like the Muppets. I used to love Fraggle Rock, Dave. And that was a bit scarier, wasn't it, than the Muppets in some respects. Not too much. You always had that big dopey thing in the garden. You used to chase that, didn't you? You know? So I was always into that. I used to love Muppet Babies. That was a cartoon. I used to watch all that sort of thing. But yeah, this is the sort of thing we grew up with. So when I saw the trailer, even though I was watching, what is this? It didn't feel unfamiliar. Even the way the characters are moving, you know, when they walk and they do that Muppet walk, don't they? Stroke Fraggle Rock with a camera right over the shoulder, like a third-person view. So nothing felt unfamiliar, but honestly, I've been dreading this all week. I have been like, other than when we record, because I always love when we record, because it's like a counselling session when we watch these pissing movies. So I know it's probably going to get worse through the year, Dave, but yeah, this is Blake all over. And the fact that he did a promo to us is brilliant and shows how much I repeat myself over and over. But there you go. Well, no, looking forward to talking about it. And then that's all I'm going to say till we get to the trailer.
Well, on that note, should we get into our trailer?
Let's go.
I'm a fishy little fella with a tiny sort of skinny and a hole in the shallows with a tiny happy.
So, you want to join the Feebles?
Oh, rather. Meet the Feebles! Meet the Feebles!
Meet the Feebles. The movie that began as family entertainment, but went horribly wrong.
Have you got any smack? Smack?
The film the authorities tried to stop.
Oh, what beautiful white fur. God, my dear.
The story that rocked the puppet world. This is a family show, for Christ's sake. Sex.
I'm hot, Bletch, but not the way you think.
Drugs. Animal husbandry.
Why did you bring it here? It's not mine. You know it's not.
We'll let the court decide that, shall we? Garden of love.
Meet the Feebles turns the cabbage patch into the killing fields.
Funny little sandhopper
It's
basking
fun.
in the sun. Dancing in the hopping has lots of fun. A bit of sand landing in that hopper's eye.
It's
Sand
thrilling.
hops in my
It's contagious.
It's the big one, Harry.
No, it can't be. I've taken precautions.
Corruption. Barry, do me a line. Lust.
Feeling shy, are you, Bletch?
Light romance. From the director of Bad Taste.
You realize you were sitting on its face?
Oh, I felt a bit uncomfortable, but I thought it was my hemorrhoid. Please, God, I know I've been a bad bunny, but if you
Nothing
make me well again...
is sacred.
Meet the Feebles! Meet the Feebles! They're not your average. Ordinary people, meet the Feebles!
Meet the Feebles is about to be released on you.
Have you ever noticed the beautiful lighting in this toilet?
The Feeble Variety Hour theatre group is rehearsing with hopes of finding success through being picked for a syndicated television show. Star singer Heidi is insulted by director Trevor and complains to her boss and lover Bletch, who is having an affair with Samantha. Robert, the troupe's newest member, arrives at the theatre and immediately falls in love with fellow newcomer Lucille. Arthur, the show's manager, helps Robert serenade Lucille, and the two become engaged. Now, Chris, heartwarming stuff in it. What do you reckon to the opening of this movie?
I just love the fact how difficult that was for you to say. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. I don't even know where to start. I put it on, and it's on YouTube. that is coincidentally, Dave. That's the barometer of it all. It's on YouTube, so if anybody does watch it, you can speed it up. Just a bit of a reference if you needed to. It's the fact that straight away there's two fucking puppets having fucking sex. Now I know Miss Piggy is always fucking, Kirby Frog, and she's fucking. In fact, Dave, shall we have a Muppet off? I've just thrown it, and not we're gonna do it every week. The Liam Neeson one. No, but my Liam Neeson one has had such good reviews after last week, Dave. It's unbelievable. 5 out of 5. Variety said it. The IMDb have give it fucking 10 out of 10, and they don't even score things out of 10. It's that good, Dave. So honestly,
before we get too far off, I was listening back in the edit, and fuck me, I say like you're some weird Eastern European at first, and I say where is the Irishness? And then you go proper like fucking Paddy from Tipperary. you go proper Southern Irish. And I'm like, you're the one with the Northern Irish ancestry. How are you getting this so unbelievably wrong? Well, it was entertaining to listen back at.
Oh, it was fucking brilliant. That was so good. But yes, so Miss Piggy's always after Kermit, isn't she? But we don't actually, because it's a kids show and there's no illusion. In this, it's all bets are off, Dave. Someone's getting banged straight away, and I'm like, what the fuck? And all I kept thinking was Blake laughing his head off, thinking, I've got yous, both of yous. Ruining your fucking childhood more than mine, Dave, with the Muppets. I liked him as a kid, but he wasn't like, as I say, I watched Fraggle Rock and everything, but I wasn't into it as much as you are. So I must admit, there was me sort of smirking going, I wonder if Davey's going to hate this as much. Yes. And I've got to say, my favourite character, but I think the one who really was good as a baddie is that Bletch. He's just a wanker, isn't he, Dave?
Yeah.
No, he is a wanker all the way through. He's just horrible, isn't he? He's a typical, he's just everything about him. But also, I'm sort of thinking, not that I like him, but I'm like, yeah, I think he's probably the only person I'm pulling for in this because he's just horrible. And I think whoever plays him really well. But like Heidi, everything about it, Dave. The fucking guy, Bletchy says, having a bit with the fucking cat. And it's like, fuck me. And the cat's tail's there's flapping in his room, and he's fucking trying to get rid of Heidi. Yeah, you go then. He's like, get rid of it. And he speaks like that, he speaks like Tony Jameson almost. He's like, oh, she's finished, And it's the little fucking rat thing that's his sidekick, the fucking Trevor. What a wheeze. I mean, you think of even Roland Raddick, Trevor, it's his mate. Oh, Kevin, not Trevor. Kevin, Trevor.
A classic Phelps miss.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I'm only on 4 cylinders, not 6 today, Dave. But yeah, Kevin, the fucking rodent, you know what I mean? It's like, but he's horrible in it, and he looks horrible, and there's so many innocent
as well. But we'll
get out to that. Yeah, there's so many though, like innocent Muppet type characters, and then you've got the others who are like, nah, we're not having that. So there's loads of fucking sex and innuendo in it, and they're watching porn all the time, aren't they? It's fucking people fucking coming all over body parts, every film in it, and I'm thinking, this, if this was real people, Chris Phelps would probably have this as a fucking Klaus all day long, but it's Muppets, and I'm like, I don't know whether I would have got aroused as a kid, but I probably would have watched it, Dave, you know what I mean? I'm like, there's something weirdly fucking fascinating about all these
after that, or the Little Woods catalogue.
Yeah. Is she a 36 or a 34? Oh, I'll go with that. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Fucking putting it, like doing, Ken Thingy out as the Hangover when he picks up that thing and he looks at it dead close. You'd be like, out the fucking catalogue, wouldn't you? You'd be there trying to turn it and fucking with one hand, obviously, going, no, can I see anything there? Is there any? But anyway, like, just carry on, Dave. This has gone down a fucking another rabbit hole. But there's just something weird about watching it now and like going, yeah. You know what I mean? Even when fucking Heidi, and I've got to say, let me just say this, I'm watching it, and like Sam and Jordan, if I watch these movies, like something like this, I watch them on my phone or whatever, or like, I finish earlier than them two, so I can put them on and they're done. But because I left it so late and we'd gone shopping, I had to fucking put it on YouTube, didn't I? And I'm watching it on my big 6-inch. Sam walks in as Heidi has fucking got a fucking knockers out
Bloody
there.
hell.
Yeah, everything. And Sam just walked in, and she's not even like, it'd have been better watching fucking porn or something, because she just walked in and went, what the fuck? Oh, and I went, you know what? I went, yeah, fucking the VHS straight. I'm like, yes, she just walked off, Dave. It was sort of like, you didn't say it, but it's like that, and it pathetic. You know, like one of them, like, for getting judged, me and you. It's proper, like, I don't even, I'm just past even fucking asking now. Just fucking watch it. So, Blake, yeah, you did not get me in trouble, but she was not surprised by the fucking movie that was on. So, yeah, this is just fucking, I'm talking for about 10 minutes, but it's fucking bizarre. And Peter Jackson, he must have fucking nude pictures on somebody to get fucking King Kong and Lord of the Rings. Fuck me off the back of these two turkeys that we've actually reviewed.
Yeah. Now, this film is, I think, widely slammed and did horribly at the box office, but I wonder how much of that was to do with marketing as well. Chris, a couple of weeks ago, we did Hudson Hawk, and my theory going into it was that, you know, it's a bit ahead of its time, and, you know, maybe looking at it now, you would see it differently. Yeah, I was wrong about that. I didn't have the same theory going into this, but actually, gotta say, didn't hate it. I mean, it is a sleazy, grubby movie, no doubt, and I think the people who don't really get on with it just think, oh, it's just there for shock value, and there's no actual satire to it at all. It's just all shocking. Honestly, those people should watch fucking Bad Taste.
Yes.
But I just, there's something about it that actually I quite like. And the thing is, the other reason I think critics would hate it is it's a bit fucking close to the truth.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. This was released in 89, where there was still, I think, a naivety about show business, maybe not necessarily if you're in the business, but outside of the business, you probably have this rose-tinted view. And, you know, as they're going through the media and, you know, what do you think about this? And, you know, what do you think about this, Mr. Savile? Oh, now then, well, I think it's terrible. Kids shouldn't be exposed to this sort of filth. You know, this fucking absolute hypocrisy. Whereas a lot of the characters, again, you can see it. You can sort of see that it is shining a bit of a light on Hollywood in particular. And I would say, you know, what I like about it when Arthur comes in, and he's all, you know, and Lucille's quite new to the business as well. They aren't corrupted by show business yet. They've got this wide-eyed view about what life's going to be, and, you know, they're going to be a star, and their life's going to be great. And you got people like fucking the director Trevor, who's just the sleaziest fucker, who's running the Feebles on one hand and then shooting porn in the back, you know, on the other hand. And so, yeah, I actually quite liked it. I mean, it is grubby, it is seedy, but when they go from the, you know, it opens up with a really very Muppets-like opening, doesn't it? You've got all the music, everyone's dancing, you got Meet the Feebles, and, you know, you got the guy on the piano, and it feels very, very Muppets. And then when you realise you're not in Kansas anymore, is when you get in Bletch fucking shagging the cat. And then Heidi, who's obviously in this toxic relationship with him, comes in. But it's his fucking line. It's like, oh shit, I was just about to pop my cookies. It's a combination of this horrifying scene where you're seeing these Muppets essentially shagging, or is it having an affair? But it's a choice of words that I like as well. Like, you know, oh, about to pop my cookies. It's almost that juvenile sort of choice of language, you know, in this very adult scene. So, yeah, Chris, absolutely didn't hate it.
Well, Dave, there's never going to be a switcheroo for me. I'm not going to do that. It was too obvious. But you know what? I didn't hate it either, Dave. And I actually enjoyed watching it. And I was like, you know what? I was going to say, I wasn't going to like go shit on it. I wasn't. But you've sort of beat me to it, because I was going to say the same thing. Was like that bit, yeah, that cookie and all this. And then she fucking comes in, and it's like, it is the casting couch, isn't it? It is basically hoping fun. And you've absolutely nailed it. The casting couch, the fucking, that wanker Harvey Weinstein, all these things. You only have to, even going back to fucking The Wizard of Oz, you know what I mean? Like Judy Garland, you know, God rest her soul, it was awful what happened to her on the set of that. She was a young kid. It happened, and that's what this is all about, isn't it? Like,
I have to interject. I still want to dig into that at some point with you, because I wonder how much of what you're saying is fact and how much is a bit of, you know, the old Phelps conspiracy theories. You got Jim Morrison running around. Elvis is on. It's not Planes and Trains and Automobiles, is it? It was one of the other ones. Was Elvis in?
No, Home Alone. And John Candy.
Home Alone, yeah.
At home, stood on his shoulder, Dave. But anyway, no, the Judy Garland one, it's actually alluded to in a biopic as well. I've watched the biopic. That's honestly, that's not a Phelpsism, Dave. Genuinely.
Right.
Anyway, yes, I didn't show you this actually, and then Blake's probably going, "You pair of bastards." I don't know whether you wanted us to enjoy it or not, because it's supposed to be a stitch up. There's so much so silly about it. I think if I'd watched it I know I always say it's the reverse. If we watch these movies and I've not seen like Weird Science, there's no other than, you know, Kelly Brock's fucking gorgeous. But you've got these movies that I have no reference point, and I'll go, this is shit. There was only E.T. that I really enjoyed, you know, even though I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
When we've gone back, but with this, I think being a 46-year-old man, I was like, yeah, I can get on board with this, and I did. I thought the characters were fucking stupid. Even the poor, I don't even know what animal it is. Was it a chicken? The fucking, the one who's innocent, you said, is it Lucille? Where she's the white, it's obviously
I think
white.
Poodle or something.
Poodle and that. And straight away, fucking Arthur and Thingy's like, I've got our next fucking star, you know? And he's like, and then it's just fucking bad. And that's a bad scene anyway, isn't it? Because he fucking drugs her, doesn't he? And then, I think
it's Trevor the editor.
Trevor, sorry. Arthur's Robert's the newest one, isn't it? Is it Robert like
Arthur's the like hedgehog?
That's it.
Oh no, wait.
Was that Robert?
Sorry, no, you're right. Robert is the hedgehog.
Who likes
Arthur's and Arthur's the little kind of worm thing.
Whatever he is, yeah. What the fucking?
No, Arthur's the worm thing.
Oh, right. Well, who's the weasel? The henchman?
Trevor.
That's it, Trevor. I should know that, Trevor. Right, anyway. Fucking hell, it's getting confusing, these fucking...
There are a lot of characters in this, though, to be fair.
Yeah, there's fucking loads. So Trevor, he basically drugs her, doesn't he? And takes advantage of her. And then it's fucking bad. There's some bad stuff in this, but it's also stupid. It's fucking ridiculous. And then you've got the dance fucking and musical bits with Heidi. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, I must admit, I did speed up on them bits, Dave, because I was like, this is fucking stupid. But when
the music was okay, though, I thought it wasn't. The music was really good.
No, it's not bad. But you know, when you're like, I'm not here for this fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I think the story is just, there is a subliminal message there that was probably missed by everybody at the time, and looking now with hindsight of where we are, and unfortunately the entertainment world and how it treats mainly women is fucking terrible. So you're watching it and you're like, and young, you know, underage as well is awful, but you're watching this and you're like, this is fucking real. And then we're watching a show where someone's prim and proper and thingy, and it's like, yeah, but they've had to fucking go through hoops literally to get on stage. But it's just the silliness of it all that I thought was really funny. And Heidi all the way through, Dave, is fucking ridiculous. The bit where the others and fucking Finger comes in and chins the director, and he gets fucking, they chins that bloke, and they're doing the fucking fetish stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, it's ridiculous. Like, the director's going, caught, and then they throw the fucking guy who's whipping
the little
cockroach. Big monster, don't they, and everything. It's just ridiculous, the fucking movie. But I'd seen as well, we were talking about like the movie, so it's banned still in Ireland. It's never been released in Ireland, Dave. I don't know why, but they will never release this movie. It's just stupid. I don't think it'd offend people now if they watch it. There's a few bits, like that bit with Trevor, and that's really bad. That probably got cut out. But I think the other things you would probably get away with a Channel 4 or a BBC 2 late at night. I don't know, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. And to be fair, I get it. I get what Peter Jackson was going for. So yeah, I went with it. I don't hate it. It's fucking rubbish. but also it's got something about it where you're like, yeah, I totally get it. So yeah, I think Blake, you've not done your job, my friend, unfortunately.
So funnily enough, though, we'd done Deer Hunter about a month or two ago, didn't we?
Yeah,
and you get a whole Deer Hunter scene in this roulette with the Russian roulette, and there's the whole Frogs of War. Now I do have to call out, fuck me, in terms of misfires and things that are bad. Like the way the Vietnamese are portrayed in this is, I think they were badly enough portrayed in Deer Hunter, but here much worse. But again, think about it. This is 1989. The whole PTSD thing. He's obviously, having a very bad time of it. Shooting up. He's doing his act is the knife throwing, isn't it? And you can see it often doesn't go very well. I thought that whole kind of subplot was quite entertaining as well. And like you say, just a bit of a coincidence that we watched Deer Hunter recently.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it does happen where we get these little crossovers, don't they? Points of interest. But yeah, the fucking bit when Heidi goes in and fucking Bletch is there and Samantha is relieving him, shall we say. And I'm like, what the fuck? And again, Bletch and his fucking cronies, his henchmen and everything or whatever they are, it's when they go to that fucking dock, Dave.
Yeah, the whole drug.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I fucking drives through that big monster. And he's like, "Oh, you fucking, thinking out a little man," and he's like, "Kill him!" And he drives right through his fucking body, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here? Like, what is actually happening?" It's just ridiculous. Like that whole bit. And it's his voice, though, Bletch, because I just keep thinking of J. Jonah James. Like, yeah, kill him. He's just whoever plays him plays a good character. He's just such a horrible character. And I think even though they are puppets, whatever they are, Muppets, it's just a really, really stupid plot thing. And it's just watching all. Like you said, there's so many characters that you don't know. I mean, watching it now, looking at the cast, like, all right, I get the names now. Like we were just saying, then I got a few of them mixed up, but there's so many of them. It must have took them ages to put this together. Like, really, it's clever stuff. As much as people don't like the movie, I think it's very, very clever the way it's all put together. I'll give them that.
And I don't think there is a kind of Blu-ray restored version of this. The version we watched on YouTube, I mean, it's really hard to get hold of. You can get hold of a crappy DVD version, apparently, but apparently it's the same version that we're watching on YouTube. So I think this deserves, I mean, some of the shit that we've seen that has a Blu-ray touch-up, it's just, this should get restored, I think. But yeah, going back to the drug war kind of thing, I really... Well, I kind of enjoyed that it showed that Bletch isn't just this guy who's got this comedy troupe. He's a proper fucking gangster as well, who just happens to be in show business. So I like the fact that it shows that. And obviously he's got his henchmen there, hasn't he? He's got his muscle. But they're pieces of shit as well, so...
The fucking headmaster, they're proper people as well, with the fucking heads and everything. Like, no, we're going for a show, right? We've cast you in this, put this on. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and you say about like Harvey Weinstein. I mean, Heidi is one of the main characters, and everyone remembers. I'm sure who'd watched this years ago the massacre scene at the end. So that makes her stand out, and she's on the VHS cover and everything. But even the flashback to when she was a young girl sort of thing, and he's sort of seducing her with these ideas about show business and everything. Like say, there's a lot that hits home about this that I think probably in '89 people just dismissed.
Yeah, and this is, and we've watched films, you watch genuinely serious films where you've got the ailing actress, haven't you, who's been like the main lead, and then the love interest, and then they like transition into like, well, actually you're not getting it, you're going to be a supporting character, you're going to be the mum or the auntie, and then you've seen this, haven't you, like in movies gone by and their life just like completely goes the other way. They're not earning the money. And it is, it's all done for laughs, but there is a story because when obviously Heidi tries to get with Bletch, doesn't she? And he says, like, I'm giving it to Samantha. And then she tries to commit suicide, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But and you've said it before. But after that, Dave, we go full on fucking Rambo, don't we? Fucking Heidi just goes on, the show's on, they're trying to get this syndicated show, there's a big chance for it, and there's a big audience, everything. And it's when in the background, she's just fucking massacring people, isn't she? It is Rambo, basically. And that whole bit at the end, and the whole fucking mass, she kills Samantha straight away. She's already beat her up once anyway, threw her in the bin. But she fucking turns her, because Samantha's sort of telling her how, you've left the pin in the gun and all this, like safety pin. And honestly, Dave, when she fucking goes into the auditorium and just starts fucking taking people out, and the fucking puppets are just being destroyed.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. That bit at the end, he's fucking brilliant, honestly. The whole scene with Bletch, everything. It's like stuff, they've even took nods out of like Scarface, different things. There's loads of gangster movies that you can clearly see, and like Rambo or Arnie, whatever they're going for, but you can clearly see the nods. And Heidi is just unstoppable, isn't she, Dave? It's fucking good at the end. And that little rodent, fucking Trevor, gets his comeuppance as well, even though there's a double switch. Honestly, it is so... I was not expecting that. And then I'm like, oh, this is absolutely brilliant. That last 15 minutes, they're brilliant in SDR. They're so good.
Not as brilliant necessarily as Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell, but brilliant all the same. But I think that, like you say, it was brutal. I mean, even though these characters, they are just Muppets essentially, but some of the scenes are quite brutal. You've had this whole subplot with Sydney, the elephant, and it looks like from his t-shirt, he's got like the Kiwi t-shirt on there, and he's denying that he's had a relationship with this chicken, and that the baby is his, even though you can see the baby's got like his elephant face. But then he, in amongst all of the massacre, he's running across, he suddenly has that fatherly feeling and that paternal instinct, and so he's running across, gets both of his knees blown out. The chicken gets fucking massacred and everything, but there's this heartwarming moment where he embraces the baby. Just like, this is fucking bonkers. Fuck my life. What am I watching? I just utterly bonkers. And then before we get to the end, how it kind of wraps up, not quite Predator style, but not far off that. I want to go back to another character, and again, there's so many different threads that we could go down. But Harry the rabbit, he kind of he's kind of like, he's a bit of a Bugs Bunny, and you see him at the beginning. What I kind of love as a side thing, I think, I don't know if Blake was maybe thinking this may take the shine off the Muppets for me, but I actually think that the idea that like Kermit the Frog, lovable Kermit the Frog on the Muppet Show, he's all sort of lovable in front of the camera, is a fucking See You Next Tuesday behind the camera. It's like this. It should have been in this shot or whatever. And so, but I love with Harry the fact that he has his show face. Yeah, he's having his threesomes in the background and stuff. He's having all his unprotected sex, and then he gets to the doctor and they say, "Oh, you've got the big one." Now this is 1989, so I initially I was thinking, is this syphilis or something? But I mean, I've got to assume it's AIDS.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, that's probably what it was alluding to. And his descent, as the movie goes on, I think is another interesting side plot.
It is. It's ridiculous. And again, you're right. That like good guy thing. How many celebrities do you hear of where everyone thinks they're great, and then when they meet them, they go, "Oh, they were utter pricks." They're not good people.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm saying this just of like hearing stuff, but people like Bruce Forsyth, Cilla Black, all people you thought were good people on telly, or they were not good people. But once the cameras come on, nicest person in the world, they'll get your shirt off your back, all that, oh, it's cuddly toy and all that bollocks. But I don't think, from what people work with, it's a different scenario. You're playing a character, aren't you? So it's like, I understand that context of celebrity, but I've met people you think were going to be nice and they're absolute bellends, aren't they? That's just fucking life, unfortunately. We all play characters, and so even at work, people play characters. But yes, that is another symbol of celebrity life, isn't it? People think they know you, and this guy's a raging fucking sex maniac, But in the end, the fucking doctor rings him and goes, "Oh yeah, just take 2 fucking paracetamols and call him on, whatever it is." He thinks he's fucking dying, doesn't he? And he's just got fucking, he's not got this fucking like that they allude to his HIV. The big one. But no, again, I mean, getting back to the end. The fucking gun scene with Bletch and Trevor, he's like, "I still love you," after she shot him about 1 million times and he falls down, but he's still alive. And then, schoolboy error, Dave, and fucking Bletch goes, "Trevor, kill her, sorry." And she fucking does proper, like, it's like a Matrix thing. She turns, Trevor's in fucking 1 million pieces. Then she turns on Bletch as he lunge. He gets in the back of the head. He's proper, like, gruesome, innit? But then she's sort of bound by a fate of like, I'm going to fucking jail and everything. And you said about Predator, but the end fucking cut pictures is fucking stupid again. Just like, where are they now? Honestly, I think it just absolutely puts a full stop on the movie. But yeah, again, so stupid as a movie, and how this would not have got made in the UK. But I think, Dave, for me personally, I'm not talking before you talk about the end, but Blake, you're the stitch up. This wasn't it, my friend.
Well, I don't know if Blake necessarily knew which way this one was going to go, but yeah, we'll do our final wrap up in a sec. But yeah, where did they finish at the end? Obviously, there's only about 3 of them who were left alive. Heidi was working the checkout, wasn't she? After doing 10 years in prison. Now, I'm not sure she'd see the light of day again, to be honest. But had that been real life, but okay, we are talking about a bunch of sordid Muppets, I guess. But yeah, I like the way that ended. Now, I haven't seen this, Chris. I haven't seen Muppets Mayhem. But apparently, in the Muppets, there was a Feebles reference in there, meaning that this might be in the same universe as the Muppets, which again, I fucking love. So I wonder if one day we might see a return somehow of the Feebles, but who knows? We just need, get Avenue Q in there as well, and you can have a whole MCU crossover.
Yeah, good luck with that, Dave. Anyway, shall we get into our scores?
Let's go.
So, Blake, thank you so much, mate, for this. I've really just sat all week thinking, no, I just can't. I can't watch it. And then when I did watch it, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Actually, it's actually not amazing, but it's not bad. It's pretty good in some stages. Like I say, Bletch is an arsehole. The whole, like, playing up to Hollywood and how you have to make it, that still goes on now in 2025, whichever way you think of it. It does happen. And I know they're trying to get better on it. I just thought, what a great way to bring that across about the world of like showbiz and everything, and just with a Muppets backdrop. And then, like you said, he's in the same universe. This could be like the Muppets who were actually rejected from fucking working with Kermit and Fozzie Bear and everything. Yeah. So you've got that. Dave, I'm going to put it, Dave, in Hill Valley. It's a stupid movie, and I'll probably suggest it to people. Whether I'll watch it again, I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. It's nonsense movie. It's on YouTube, as we said a few times. Blake, thanks for picking it, mate. Absolutely ridiculous movie, but I enjoyed it. The last 15 minutes is just bonkers. So, it almost had that sort of Dusk Till Dawn feel where we get the switcheroo and the movie just goes to something else. So, brilliant. What about you, Dave?
You've sort of done me there because so I'll say straight away, I was going to put it in Hill Valley as well. I thought I was going to get the old Phelps Get Out. But no, look, it is horrifying, it is sordid, it is grubby and utter nonsense. But again, I think back to this time when it would have been released, and definitely in the UK, it would have had the full fucking Mary Whitehouse treatment, wouldn't it? It'd have been one of those banned videos that, no one's actually watched, but people have heard that there's this stuff in it, and so, it has to be banned to stop people watching it. Whereas, like I say, I think it unfortunately just shines a light on some of the more sordid things. And yes, some of the things are put there for a bit of extreme. Honestly, compared to Bad Taste, it's a bit toned down from that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was enjoyable. I definitely couldn't rule out watching this again. Might watch it in, shorter form. But I thought the music was good. I mean, the fucking, what was he, a fox or something? The guy who's just singing about sodomy at the end.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. No, and people aren't doing that. Peter Jackson and whoever's putting the songs together, they're not doing that because they think they're making the greatest piece of art in the world. I'm still, I know I said it at the top, but I'm still perplexed about how this guy who made this got Lord of the fucking Rings. It just makes no sense to me, but yeah, I did enjoy it. So yeah, Hill Valley from me.
Brilliant. Now, Dave, it has been the year of the stitch up, and Chris Phelps has come in with two movies that weren't really stitch ups, and movies that he quite enjoyed. Well, that is all about to change today, my friend. And for everyone else tuning in, I need to step my game up, Dave. So, I was thinking, what do we pick? I have a little list there in my little notes on my phone, and I'm like looking and going, no, well, actually, they're all movies that I quite like and other people might like. And you know what? I thought, I'm going to have to go back to my bread and butter, Dave. I'm going to have to go back to, what got me to the table in some respects. So, Dave, it's not a martial arts movie, so that's one.
Of Lauren Avedon?
It isn't, because if I did pick Lauren, there's a chance you might like it. So, this movie is from 1983. This movie was produced by Mort Engelberg, Dave. This movie has a 4 out of 100 rating.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is rated 3.5 on IMDb. And it has a rating of 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, Dave. Now, this movie stars Colleen Camp, Mike Henry, Paul McCormick, Paul Williams, Jackie Gleason, Dave, and Jerry Reed. And it was directed by Mr. Hal Needham, Dave. This one is Smokey and the Bandit 3. Oh, getting to the trailer.
God.
This sound can mean only one thing. The bandit is back. And wherever he goes and whatever he does, one thing is sure to follow.
Look at the quality
Sheriff
of that.
Buford T. Justice. A name that inspires respect in the heart of every American.
As of this instant, Junior, we're in hot pursuit.
I mean, apart from the quality, though, it all looks like the other Bandit movies at the moment.
And a good old down-home chase with justice way off base and a different kind of bandit all over the place.
But there's no Burt Reynolds.
There's no Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds.
He's the snowman, Dave. Jerry Reed's the Bandit in this.
Over eggs.
Oh, I've got all sorts of stuff about
easy.
it.
But it ain't over yet.
They never learn.
Smokey and the Bandit. Part 3.
But why is he wearing like the Bandit? Why is he wearing the Bandit shirt? Oh, there are so many questions that
All I'll say to you is, originally, because there was no Burt Reynolds, there was no Jerry Reed, who played the snowman in the first two, obviously the truck driver. It was all about Jackie Gleason. So the movie was called Smokey is the Bandit. So Jackie Gleason was going to play the bandit and himself as Buford T. Justice. And it was supposed to be a TV movie. And he got absolutely thrown under the bus that Jerry Reed had to come in. And this is where this whole happens, because it's so bad that Jackie Gleason walked away from it and he doesn't film any scenes with Jerry Reed in the movie, Dave. Can't wait to see this one. I have got this on a collector's disc that you know the ones where you have a DVD on both sides. You can turn.
Yeah.
I bought this from America, and I've kept a DVD player specifically so it plays it. That and Hooper, because I mean I think it'll work on like my consoles now. But at the time, I had to get a proper Region 2 or Region 1 DVD player just to play these two movies, because you can 1 and 2 are on one side, and you flip 3 over, and it's on the other. Dave. Oh, this is a bad movie, this, Dave. This is a fucking shocking movie. I can't wait for you to watch it. I can't wait. This is like VHS Strikes Back 101. I am going to be chuckling. You've got to tell me when you start watching this. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I
was starting to be a bit worried there about how accessible it was, but you can buy it on Amazon. So yeah, I let's see. And you know what? Funnily enough, I'll give a little bit of a plug. So I was listening to Mike Burton, another one of our supporters. There's Genuine Chit Chat, also Star Wars Comics in Canon. Recently, he'll be, or recently or imminently, I probably should know, he'll be releasing on YouTube Star Wars Chit Chat as well. So a bit more video content there. And he was on another one of our friends, Scott Weatherly, who's still waiting for you to respond to his wrestling challenge, by the way, Chris. But they on his 20th Century Geek podcast, I was listening, and they were discussing the 1978 Superman, and Mike had never seen them before. So I think he's going to be on the second one as well. So Mike gets to experience Superman 1 and 2 for the first time. But towards the end, Scott drops it on him that somehow Superman 4 was made by Canon. Yeah, and Mike's like, I don't get it. Like, how can that happen where you have this massive movie and then somehow the fourth one in the franchise gets made by Canon? You could almost hear the confusion in it. And it's weird that it just wouldn't happen now. And the reason I bring that up is the idea that Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2 was so big and it was so popular. And the idea that you got this shocker as a third, not the only shocking third installment of a franchise, I must admit, but you just feel like if the first movie's successful, probably today, the third one's already in the bag. You know, they wouldn't just leave it to chance. And so, yeah, a bit of a weird tangent there, but it just reminded me of the whole Superman thing. But I can tell already from the quality of that trailer, yeah, it's going to be a shocker, and you're going to love it.
Love it. But Dave, we always bang on every week. We always say, if you want to email us, the vhsstrikesback@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, at VHS Strikes Back. And obviously, we always, we do have the Patreon channel, which we do appreciate everyone who supported myself and Dave over the last few years. We really appreciate it, past and present. And before I do the roll call of honor, Dave, we've got 2 new patrons, which is amazing. So welcome to Greg and Nick. And we do appreciate both. Yeah, they're both, they're in the rotation now. We've put them into the calendar, Dave. So we'll have a few new movies coming up. But Nick had done an email and a bit of a message to us. So I won't read all of it because it gives away what he's going to be picking and everything. But I just want to read a couple of snippets out of it. And it's the fact that, Dave, no matter what happens, the impression that I leave on people is unbelievable. So he does say, hey, Dave, great to hear from you. Looking forward to being a member. I've been listening for about 2 years. I'm a patron with Scott on 20th Century Geek, as you mentioned. I've heard a crossover with Chris, Dave. I think it was Star Wars. Now, bear in mind, Dave, that you've done millions of podcasts with our friends, but you seem to remember me. It is unbelievable.
I'd be particularly upset if that was my whole brainchild as well, by the way.
Yeah, no. Love the horror movie reviews, especially in Chris's reactions. And favourite episode ever is Exchange Lifeguards. Also, he supported you, Dave, on the mandatory music and CD, which is brilliant. So thank you, Nick. But he does say a lovely last closing paragraph I wanted to read out. And this is where, like me, we don't really, not we take it for granted, but we don't realise sometimes with us just being stupid and just being ourselves. And it's a lovely paragraph, and he puts, thanks for everything you and Chris on the pods. I don't think you know how much your listeners enjoy them, and they can be a positive release from the everyday grind and challenges. When we're walking the dog or standing on the tube to work, it really helps. So thanks. So I think, Dave, that is so nice, like, for someone to put that. And it's something we were talking about it before. It's like, you know, we do this. It's a bit of fun. We love doing it. We love the community we've got now of friends and everyone. And I think the one thing I will take away when we retire, Dave, is that out of everything we've done, we are always coming in people's ears.
Just about to pop my cookies.
Oh, it's ever the comedian. But no, thank you, Nick. Thank you so much, mate. I do mean that, even if anyway.
It is fantastic. It is great.
It is. It's lovely. It really is. Now, Dave, what have you got for us today, my friend?
Of course. So I said again, didn't hate this, but it is in the late 80s. And so I kind of, I still maintain that warmness that I feel when I think about, Mark Hamill going on the Muppet Show or something like that. You see that old 70s footage. And so, for me, if I'm going to put something together that's Muppets related, it's probably going to be 70s related. So started off with this sound, a bit jazzy. And let's get into it.
We got guns and drugs, puppet thugs. Your innocence won't be saved. There's vomit in the orchestra. The frog is seeing red. And if you hear a chainsaw, well, someone's losing their head. Come be Heidi, she's a diva. Watch her losing her mind. Bletch the walrus runs the show. He's cruel and unkind. Says the elephant's in trouble, there's a scandal underway. And the rabbit's got a fever, but it ain't gonna go away. It's madness, filth, and puppet doom. Our show's a grand disgrace with gore and sleaze and mucky deeds right in your stupid face. So grab a seat and hold on tight. You're in for quite a ride. Just don't eat the mystery meat. Someone's already died. Like the Muppets, oh, how wrong you were. We traded lies for psychopaths, addiction, death, and fur. So welcome to the Feebles Show, where dreams all end in pain. Once you've watched, you'll never sleep. Your brain is down the drain. The critics say it's gruesome, sad, disgusting, crude, and sick. But if you made it this far, well, we think you're just as twisted.
So there you go, Chris. I'm sure Shirley Bassey would have been very happy to sing that one through in the 70s or something.
Made it this far. That's a great line. Brilliant.
Well, I tell you, one of the other things, Chris, with Scott's Superman retrospective, I will mention that I've agreed that I'll go and discuss Superman 3 with him, which took me back to when we did our episode 50 for Comics in Motion.
Oh,
I thought, I'll have to remind myself how that went, because that was our whole musical nonsense episode as well. Good fun with artist Mike Lee Gray in there. And it reminded me, though, how we used to finish off podcasts. And I thought, oh, yeah, I don't know when we stopped doing that. So all I've got to say to you, Chris, is how are you going to take us out today?
Oh, we are going retro today, aren't we? I think what I'll say is, Dave, that in life, sometimes you've got to do things that you don't like. And I think today's show shows that in 2025, we're living in a world that is still morally corrupt and dangerous. But the one thing that never fails anything is the fact that Chris Phelps, at 46-year-old, still got aroused at a hippo's fucking fake lead, babe. And I'll leave you all with that so that you can have that mental note. And there you go.
Amazing. Never fails to disappoint. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to all our supporters. And we'll speak to you next time. Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
I'll be back. That's annoying.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wax on, wax off.
Get to the chopper!
One ring to go. All right. Ding, ding. Bust you up. Go for it.
Well, here we go. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Come on. Ain't so bad. Ain't nothing. Come on. You must be crazy or something. I'm crazy. You just a stupid fool. Yeah, maybe you stupid. You ain't breathing heavy. He's a fool. He's stupid. I'll see you in 6 months.